In the first segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything.
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
Woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate.
We're all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Bill Maher recently appeared on The View and had a notable exchange with Sunny Hostin. Despite both being left-leaning, Maher openly criticized aspects of woke culture, highlighting a divide in perspectives within the liberal community. This discussion underscored Maher's departure from certain progressive viewpoints, emphasizing his stance against what he perceives as excessive political correctness.
First segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher engaged in a heated discussion with co-host Sunny Hostin regarding the term woke. Hostin questioned Maher's use of the term, suggesting it had been co-opted by the right to undermine progressive causes. Maher defended his stance, arguing that woke culture has led to excessive political correctness and a departure from common sense. This exchange highlighted a growing divide within liberal circles over the interpretation and application of progressive ideals. Additionally, Maher has been vocal about his views on recent pro-Palestinian protests. He criticized some protesters for what he perceives as a lack of understanding of the complexities involved, suggesting that their activism can sometimes come across as performative. Maher emphasized the importance of being informed and genuine in advocacy efforts. These discussions underscore the internal debates within the left regarding the balance between advocating for social justice and ensuring that such advocacy is grounded in informed and practical approaches.
If I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for an organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
It looks like you're referring to a heated exchange between Bill Maher and Sunny Hostin regarding the term woke and its evolving meaning. Maher skillfully countered Hostin's attempt to frame him as a hypocrite by acknowledging that language changes over time. Instead of rejecting the term outright, he addressed its shifting definition and refused to be boxed into a corner. If you'd like, I can rewrite this segment in a more natural, engaging, and concise way while maintaining all the key points. Let me know how you'd like it adjusted.
It struck me that in the first segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is...
A recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher expressed his dismay at individuals who support Hamas while criticizing Israel. He emphasized the stark contrast in values between Israel and Hamas-controlled Gaza, particularly regarding women's rights and personal freedoms. Maher argued that many critics fail to recognize these differences and would prefer the liberties found in Israeli society over the restrictive environment in Gaza. He stated, "If you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your values." This discussion highlights the internal conflicts within the left concerning support for groups like Hamas and the criticism of Israel. Maher, known for his liberal views, finds himself at odds with fellow progressives who, in his view, overlook the oppressive nature of Hamas in their critiques of Israel.
Not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super...
A recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher highlighted the significant disparities in women's rights between Israel and many Muslim-majority countries. He challenged the panel, including Sunny Hostin, to consider first-hand experiences in regions where women's freedoms are severely restricted. Maher emphasized that while critics often focus on Israel's policies, they may overlook the oppressive conditions women face under regimes like Hamas in Gaza. He stated, "There is a gender apartheid in Gaza, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world." This assertion left the hosts grappling with the complex realities of the Middle East, as Maher underscored the importance of recognizing these disparities when discussing geopolitical issues.
But don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay? That was a joke. But,
Too dark. Too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, you know, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up.
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher engaged in a heated exchange with Sunny Hostin over the concept of woke culture. Hostin challenged Maher, questioning why a self-identified liberal like him would criticize progressive movements. She implied that his critiques aligned him with those who condone violence against civilians. Maher responded by emphasizing that his criticisms are rooted in a desire to address what he perceives as excesses within progressive circles, rather than an endorsement of any form of violence. He argued that acknowledging flaws within one's own ideological group is essential for genuine progress. This exchange highlighted the internal tensions within the left regarding the boundaries and applications of progressive ideals.
Astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your...
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher and Sunny Hostin engaged in a heated discussion about woke culture. Hostin questioned why Maher, a self-identified liberal, would criticize progressive movements, implying that his critiques might align him with those who condone violence against civilians. Maher responded by emphasizing that his criticisms are aimed at addressing what he perceives as excesses within progressive circles, rather than endorsing any form of violence. He argued that acknowledging flaws within one's own ideological group is essential for genuine progress. This exchange highlighted internal tensions within the left regarding the boundaries and applications of progressive ideals.
I mean, women have no... I mean, this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from harassment.
The LGBTQ community. Yes.
That too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world, where women are second-class citizens.
At a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher engaged in a heated discussion with Sunny Hostin about woke culture. Hostin questioned Maher's criticisms of progressive movements, suggesting that his views might align him with those who condone violence against civilians. Maher responded by emphasizing that his critiques are aimed at addressing what he perceives as excesses within progressive circles, rather than endorsing any form of violence. He argued that acknowledging flaws within one's own ideological group is essential for genuine progress. This exchange highlighted internal tensions within the left regarding the boundaries and applications of progressive ideals.
Learned about the innocent civilians that have been collectively punished and murdered, largely children and women. And are you at all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher delivered a compelling critique of the woke perspective on the Israel-Hamas conflict. He highlighted the stark contrast between the freedoms in Israel and the oppressive conditions under Hamas rule in Gaza, particularly concerning women's rights and personal liberties. Maher challenged the panel to consider the realities of living under Hamas, suggesting that many critics failed to recognize these differences. His remarks resonated with the audience, eliciting applause from all except Whoopi Goldberg, who appeared taken aback. When Goldberg questioned whether the media skews narratives to push a particular agenda, Maher responded by emphasizing the importance of discerning the complexities of such conflicts and not oversimplifying the narratives. This exchange underscored the internal tensions within progressive circles regarding the interpretation and critique of international issues.
That's ridiculous, but because it's a and they're defending themselves. Now, do you think Hamas needs...
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher engaged in a heated discussion with Sunny Hostin regarding woke culture. Hostin questioned Maher's critiques, suggesting he had abandoned his liberal ideals. Maher responded by emphasizing that his criticisms are aimed at addressing what he perceives as excesses within progressive movements, rather than rejecting liberalism itself. He argued that acknowledging and rectifying these excesses is essential for genuine progress. This exchange highlighted internal tensions within the left concerning the boundaries and applications of progressive ideals.
Is the question.
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So how can we get out with a ceasefire?
All right. So Hamas needs to be destroyed because they are a terrorist organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means. Okay? And they say it very openly. They said, we did this. They've attacked Israel 5 times. They've started 5 since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community and they spent it on bombs and building tunnels.
Bill Maher has consistently distinguished his old-school liberalism from what he critiques as woke culture. He emphasizes that traditional liberalism seeks practical solutions to societal issues, whereas woke approaches often prioritize ideology over effectiveness. For instance, Maher argues that an old-school liberal would advocate for moving homeless individuals into secure shelters to improve their living conditions, while the woke perspective might resist such actions, viewing them as infringing on personal autonomy, even if it means leaving individuals on the streets. Maher contends that this latter approach can lead to neglecting practical solutions in favor of maintaining ideological purity. He also criticizes the woke tendency to suppress dissenting opinions through cancel culture, which he believes stifles open debate and hinders progress. Maher warns that such attitudes can erode cultural and traditional foundations, leading to societal fragmentation. His critiques have resonated across the political spectrum, garnering attention from both liberals and conservatives who share concerns about the impacts of woke culture.
So if they need to be destroyed, how do we do that? I don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to do that. I assume the Israeli Of course, everybody is, but that's what happens Here's a way to stop that. Stop it.
In a recent appearance on The View, Bill Maher delivered a sharp critique of woke culture, challenging its narratives and highlighting perceived hypocrisies. His articulate arguments left the panel visibly taken aback, with one viewer commenting, "I've never seen anyone dismantle the liberal woke narrative so smoothly and eloquently," leaving the View panel utterly dumbfounded and speechless. Another observer noted, "It's unbelievable how hypocritical these women are. They whine about the media not presenting both sides, when in reality the media is already 90% on their side, and they never even show the opposing view on their program." Maher's adept handling of the discussion resonated with many, as he calmly and precisely deconstructed the points raised against him. During the episode, Maher also expressed concerns about President Biden's age and its potential impact on his leadership. He remarked, "It's not really fair because Trump is almost the same age as Biden. But Trump doesn't present that way." Maher emphasized the importance of acknowledging these concerns, suggesting that dismissing them could undermine the integrity of public discourse.
nothing.
Yeah.
And it's narrative over truth. You know, I mean, it's not like when I hear people talk on either side of it, I always think they're lying. They're just telling me half of it.
Yeah.
And I never trust them anywhere until I check out the other half.
Yeah.
In a notable appearance on The View on May 21, 2024, comedian and political commentator Bill Maher engaged in a spirited discussion with the show's co-hosts, particularly Sunny Hostin, over the concept of woke culture. Maher, known for his candid critiques, challenged the current understanding of wokeness, suggesting that its original intent, being alert to social injustice.
Old school liberals, which I would mostly count myself as, old school conservatives, there's still some of those
You've
left.
changed, though.
Wait, what are the other two? Go ahead.
Well,
what are the other two?
well, that's what that's what I was trying to find out in this book. I don't think I have. And you know, we were saying in the break, we have to come up with a new word for woke. Let's have a contest, because this is a word that's triggering. But I mean, those concepts that are different than they were
has evolved into something more restrictive and counterproductive. He emphasized that while the term once signified a positive awareness, it has now been co-opted to enforce ideological conformity and suppress open dialogue. Hostin questioned Maher's use of the term, implying that he was weaponizing it against progressive movements. In response, Maher argued that language evolves and that woke has taken on a new connotation that often stifles debate and labels dissenting opinions as offensive.
Homeless was a term that I thought we kind of came up with because people were calling them bums and vagrants and hobos.
Yeah, now that's
homeless.
the word.
Now,
No, it's unhoused.
Well, it's people
Unhoused.
experiencing
Unhoused.
homelessness. But they're experiencing it on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, the liberal view of that was for compassion's sake. We're the liberals. We're compassion. Let's get these people off the street.
Yeah.
That's not the view of the, whatever word we're going to come up with for this. Their view of the homeless is they're an endangered species that needs to be protected in their natural habitat, living their best life.
He pointed out the irony of individuals advocating for progressive values while supporting groups or ideologies that contradict those very principles, citing examples where certain factions have shown support for organizations with oppressive practices. The exchange highlighted a broader conversation about the left's internal dynamics and the challenges of maintaining ideological consistency. Maher's critique extended beyond the panel.
Just presents as old. It's not really fair.
No.
Because he's almost the same age. Trump is almost the same age as him.
I know.
But Trump doesn't present that way. You know, you look at somebody right away, you can kind of just sum them up. I mean, we are not young, but we don't present as old.
Yeah.
Biden does. I saw him yesterday making that speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
As he also questioned the current state of political leadership, suggesting that some leaders might be figureheads while others wield the actual power behind the scenes. This perspective aligns with theories that question the autonomy of certain political figures within their administrations. Maher's appearance resonated with many viewers, sparking discussions about the evolution of progressive movements and the importance of preserving open discourse. His arguments underscored the need for self-reflection within political groups to ensure that the pursuit of social justice does not inadvertently lead to the suppression of diverse perspectives.